Hello and welcome to Throwdown Thursdays. My name is David and today I'm joined by my good friend and fellow teammate James.
Hello!
And today we are playing Forbidden Island. Each hero will take on the role of one adventurer. So we're going to have James roll a 1d6. Let's see what he gets. He gets a 1, so he gets the explorer. Natalie gets the pilot and I get the messenger. We're going to talk about their abilities later on. So what we're going to do now is construct the island itself. It consists of 24 tiles which have a normal side, which is what you can see here. It's all bright and vibrant. And on the flip side, it has a flooded side, which is like a light blue kind of colour. At the end of each player's turn, they're going to receive 2 treasure cards, which come from the orange deck, which I'll place down shortly. And then we're going to reveal cards from the island or flood deck, whatever you want to call it, equal to the water level gauge, which is on the left-hand side. So we're going to start off on normal mode. So at the end of each player's turn, we're going to reveal 2 cards. We're going to flip them over onto their flooded side, which is going to put them in danger, really. So on your turn, each player can either move adjacent, so up, down, left or right, or they can shore up, so take an island tile that is currently flooded, like the Cliffs of Abandoned, that's at the bottom there, and flip it back up to its normal side and preserving it and saving it. You can also give a treasure that you've obtained at the end of your turn to another player that is on your tile, or you can also spend your action to discard 4 of the same treasure card to obtain a treasure. The way to beat the game is to get all 4 treasures, make our way back to Fool's Landing where Natalie started, and get out of here. So at the moment, it was at the end of that.
We've just hit a rough spot.
Yeah,
really,
pretty much.
haven't we?
The first card that came out was a Water Rises card, which means the Water Rises on the left-hand side, we've already gone up 1 extra level, which means we're going to start revealing more island cards, which is a little bit annoying.
Well, I think I was a little bit in despair at this point because I signed up for a normal game and after 1 turn we jumped straight to elite. So,
Yeah, we can do this.
yeah.
I believe in us. So the treasure deck, which is what we got here, it's the end of my turn now, and each player receives 2 treasure cards. I got the fire crystal and the water chalice. So we have to obtain 4 of those and be on the tile of the corresponding treasure to obtain it. So obviously right now we've got 1 of each, pretty much.
Yep.
So we just kind of have to wait out maybe a few turns before we could even consider who's going to get what, sort of thing.
Well, for now, I'm the explorer. My abilities are I can traverse the map diagonally and I can also shore up tiles left, right, up, down or diagonally. So I think we've been really fortunate in the way the map has been set out. It's enabled me to near enough stick to the centre ish. You know, at the moment I'm at Fool's Landing, and yeah, I think it's just keeping the critical tiles that we need to be shored up. Yeah,
Exactly.
basically.
yeah, exactly. You can see we've got obviously the nice the tidal palace, coral palace in the middle, with the temple of the sun and the moon over there. We got the statue of the wind at the bottom, and then the cave members at the side. So we're gonna, if we can get one of those 2 first, then we can worry about these at the moment.
Yeah. So at the moment, the tiles with the symbols on them, the treasure symbols on them, are the most critical. For you to basically claim the treasure, you need to be on those tiles. So
yeah, exactly. So
it's imperative to keep those shored up.
You can keep them. You can get the treasure whilst it's on the land side or whilst it's on the flooded side. So it's not a big deal, really.
Yeah.
Once it's gone, that's when you can't obtain it anymore, obviously. Which is a nice thing, the fact that there's 2.
Do you just want to tell us about a couple of the other bonus cards in the?
In the treasure deck.
The treasure deck.
So we've got a helicopter, which you've just used yourself. This allows Natalie to use all of her actions, so I'm sure 3 tiles, keeping that island deck nice and full. The helicopter can move 1 or more characters on 1 tile to any other tile. We also need that to win the game. We need to make our way to Fool's Landing with all 4 treasures to win, basically.
Yeah.
And there's also a sandbag in the deck, which allows you to play at any time, and you can upshore any tile for free.
Yeah,
the helicopter's also for free as well. It doesn't cost an extra action.
That's it. They're free actions.
Yeah, because you only get 3 actions in the turn. So it's looking good right now. You obtained 2 of the fire crystals. My turn, I gave you a couple as well. So hopefully on your turn now, you're at the Crimson Forest. All it needs to take you is move over to the Cave of Embers and collect that first treasure, which is obviously one step closer to victory.
One step closer to getting off the island.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, so I'm just about to do that now.
Yeah, so that was one action to lift up Coral Palace, one to move over, then a Cave of Embers. Because you obviously, maybe I didn't say this at the beginning, you only get 3 actions. And then obviously the sandbag and the helicopter count as extra actions as well. So as you can see, we've already lost 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 island cards. Oh, that was another one just there. So you can see the island starts to shrink, which means we don't have as much maneuverability.
Yeah.
It makes it harder for us to move around.
I mean, even though it looks nice and calm and in control at the moment, bear in mind, even after you finish drawing the cards out of the treasure deck, it then gets reshuffled, and then you have all the Water Rises cards to come out again. So that the arrow will keep climbing up the bar. So and the higher it climbs, the more cards get turned over in the deck.
Exactly. It gets a little bit scary, doesn't it? Obviously, we just saw we lost one there. You
Yeah.
guys were stranded. When you're stranded and you're drowning in a way, you get to move to one adjacent tile, which you move over to the Crimson Forest, which obviously saved you.
Yeah, we're just lucky we didn't get marooned, or that tiles, like more tiles had disappeared.
Yeah, exactly. So we've spoken a little bit about your ability. You get to move sideways and stuff. My ability is I can give treasured cards to anybody on the board. Because obviously, for another action, you can also give a treasure to somebody as long as you're on the same tile as them. And Natalie is the pilot, so she can, for one action, move to any tile without moving. So not without moving, you get to basically teleport to one other tile, which is nice for her. I think you and your ability and Natalie's combined obviously help the situation a lot. You're able to shore up and get to places a lot quicker than other people.
Yeah, I mean, again, just really fortunate, as I think most of the action has been around the centre, and that's where most of our actions have been. I mean, obviously, Natalie's used her ability to get herself where where we've needed her. Like just now, she's gone to the Whispering Garden and has just claimed another treasure. So
that's our second one. So halfway there. We say halfway there. Yeah. We still need to get to Fool's Landing as well. So at the end of the time, she gets a sandbag, which we can use for later. So at the moment, it looks like you're going to be getting the chalice as well. You've already got 3. It's going to be my turn now. So it only makes sense that I would give you the chalice. Obviously, I don't have to be on your tile because I'm the messenger. I can just give it to you for free. Well, not for free. It still costs me an action. So you've got all 4 now. So obviously, on your turn, you can then get on over and do that. So I decided to shore up, just obviously... That's quite an important thing, making sure that everything's shored up. Yeah. Because obviously it's an extra card in the discard in the island card.
Yeah. Well, as you've just seen, we've just got the last Water Rises card. So when the treasure deck comes to get reshuffled,
they'll go back in. As well.
All 3 of those cards will be waiting for us again. So, and at the moment we are still sitting at 3, but when it starts to climb to 4, 5 cards, that's when the game starts to get a little out of control. Exactly. Like everywhere just starts getting flooded at once, and you don't know where to go.
No, exactly. So you've upshored Crimson Forest, moved over, and discarded to get your last tile, your Ocean's Chalice.
Yeah.
We forgot to move Natalie from her drowning state up to the Misty Marsh. So the deck's getting reshuffled now. So all the Water Rises cards are going to go back in the treasure deck. And at the beginning of the game, we had 24 island cards. Now we've only got 13. So when a Water Rises card comes out, it's going to boost us up to 4. We've only got 3 actions to upshore some of these tiles. So eventually, the island is inevitably going to swallow us whole, unless we can get out in time.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Just look how many are turned over. Now we've just got another Water Rises card.
Yeah, exactly. So there's 10 cards in the deck. It looks like, I think there's around 4 or 5 cards that are being shuffled on top. So they will be the ones to come out first. So we're bound to lose one of these 6 cards.
1 or 2, yeah.
At the moment, you've got 2 Earthstone cards. I've got 2 Earthstone cards. It's my turn. It only makes sense again for me to give those to you because you're only you're next to the Temple of the Sun, so it makes sense for you to do it. But obviously, the issue is if I spend all my actions giving you the statue cards. Who's going to upshore everything?
Yes, that is a problem.
Yeah. Luckily, you did have 1 sandbag, which is nice. You can only hold up to 5 cards So when you have a 6th card, you have to either discard a treasure card, or you can use one of the special ability cards. You have the sandbag or the helicopter.
Yeah, I'm actually quite impressed. I think we used the sandbags at the right moment. Really, and the only concern at this point, once as I say, you've just given me the Earthstone cards, I've just picked up the Earthstone now. Our only concern is not drowning until we manage to get ourselves another helicopter card and stopping Fool's Landing from.
You just so happen to get now.
Yeah, that was very lucky.
Yeah, because obviously to win the game you need to be on Fool's Landing and you have to play a helicopter card. So obviously we used all 3 during the game. Luckily got reshuffled and we obtained one before things got dire. If you didn't obtain one just then, things may be a little bit dicey. Because we could get to Fool's Landing and wait and just keep ending our turns until the helicopter cards, but eventually...
And you can only shore up so much.
Yeah, you know? Well, that's the second Water Rises card. We're already on 4, so 4 cards are coming out. Even if we don't move, that's only 3 tiles that we can shore up. That's obviously one extra that the game is getting on top of us.
So I don't actually think we've had Fool's Landing out or flooded yet, have we?
Luckily for us, it's right at the bottom. There's multiple ways of losing this game. And one of them is losing Fool's Landing, which luckily has probably been at the bottom of the deck. Probably the last 3 cards. I think that's the lowest it's gone down to.
Yeah.
But you can see, we're bringing up 5 cards. Tidal Palace, Misty Marsh, Coral Palace, and the Phantom Rock. Well, they're just...
So just imagine here, right? Just imagine if we had lost all 3 of those cards. In the middle, and I was cut off.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously the past couple of turns, it's just been a race to get to Fool's Landing now because you've got that helicopter card. But yeah, if we lost those in the middle, Natalie would be okay because she can fly. You can only move diagonal. So if we'd lost all of those 3, you'd be in trouble. You'd have to spend that helicopter to fly to Fool's Landing, and then we'd have to wait until...
We'd have to hope.
Yeah, exactly. So it was. Fool's Landing was the second from last card in the island deck. So that was very lucky. So you spend your last turn, move over, shore up, and then play the helicopter for the last action. So we win.
We win.
Which is good.
It did get a bit uncomfortable there toward the end. That being said, I did enjoy our combination this round.
Yeah, it was good.
Like the Explorer with his ability. I really enjoyed his ability to shore up, left, right, up, down, diagonal.
Yeah.
Came in very handy. Your ability to just throw a card to any player you like from anywhere.
You don't have to be on the same tile because a couple of times you and Natalie coordinated your positioning and where you were going to be just so you could swap cards. And it would only be one, but it was integral that you got those cards so you could get to the next place. The Pilot and the Explorer, I find, are definitely one of the top 6. Out of the 6, definitely one of the top.
Yeah, and again, the layout really worked in our favour. Imagine if those treasure tiles were on the edges of the map. It would be a totally different game.
Yeah, exactly.
For one, you'd be stretched or you wouldn't know where to go.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, luckily enough, the play was mainly kept central, and we were able to keep it under control for the length of time required.
Yeah.
And I think we just played it really well. The sandbag tiles, the helicopter tiles when we needed them, using our abilities. I really enjoyed that combination.
But no, yeah, it's a fun game. It can be quite long if you're sitting there wondering what to do next.
Yeah. I think the easier the setting, the longer the game. I don't know about you if you wanted to try, what is it, after Elite?
A Legendary.
A Legendary, if you wanted to. I imagine Legendary being extremely short.
First turn, it's game over.
Yeah, well,
next game.
Well, look, you say that. Look what happened to us on our first turn.
Oh, it's true, yeah.
From normal to Elite.
Yeah.
So we're Elite players, really.
Technically, yeah.
You know.
It was literally the first Water Rises card to boost us up over.
I think that's a good sign. I think I performed better under pressure.
You think so? But guys, that was pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next time.
Goodbye.